One of the most polarizing young players in today's NBA is Cam Reddish. While some fans believe Cam still has potential to be a star, other fans have written him off and given Cam the bust label. The truth is, Cam has simply not lived up to the expectations that comes with being a top 10 pick. Some fans will blame the teams and the coaches that he's played for, but this is mostly on him, which is why he's now on 4 teams in 4 years. Although Cam Reddish has been a disappointment up until this point, the Lakers front office believes that their coaching staff can help him to unlock his potential. Now, does this mean that Cam is going to be the next Paul George? No, but if he commits to improving his weaknesses and playing the game the right way, he could be a valuable role player on a Lakers team that's looking to win the championship. The Lakers have shown that they can take underwhelming young players and develop them into much better players. Rui Hachimura is also a former lottery pick, and the Lakers were able to help him develop into a crucial part of their conference finals run last year. The Lakers also recently revived the careers of Malik Monk, Troy Brown Jr., and Lonnie Walker, so Cam Reddish could be the latest reclamation project that the Lakers turn into a big part of their rotation. This video will break down Cam's weaknesses, explain why he's been underwhelming up to this point, and explain how he can turn his career around on the Lakers. But before we get into that, let's briefly recap Cam Reddish's basketball career and explain how he got up to this point where he's now on the Lakers. Back in 2018, Cam Reddish was one of the top recruits, and he was ranked right behind Zion Williamson and RJ Barrett. At 6'8" with a long 7'1" wingspan and impressive athleticism and fluidity for a player his size, he was viewed by the scouts as a future star. He ended up playing next to Zion and RJ at Duke, but he underachieved his lone year there, averaging 13 points per game, but shooting just 35% from the field and 33% from deep. The underwhelming play at Duke hurt his draft stock, but NBA teams were still high on him, and he went 10th overall to the Atlanta Hawks. In Atlanta, there were flashes of brilliance, but he was still very inefficient, just like he was at Duke. In 2.5 years in Atlanta, Cam averaged 11 points per game on just 38% shooting from the field and 33% from deep. Frustrated with his lack of playing time, Cam demanded a trade, and the Knicks decided to take a swing on the underwhelming lottery pick. Cam believed this was a great opportunity for him to reach his full potential and boldly told the media that he could be a legit star after the trade to New York. But unfortunately, he barely got to play for the Knicks because his season was cut short due to a shoulder injury. The next season, Cam had a chance to become a valuable player on a Knicks team looking to make noise in the East, and he started off the season strong, dropping 22 points on 60% shooting on opening night against the Memphis Grizzlies. For a brief moment, it looked like Cam was finally putting it all together, but he wouldn't score in double digits again for another 7 games. The 20 games Cam played in New York that season was more of the same. Occasional flashes of brilliance with mostly underwhelming play. In December, Coach Tibbs had enough and he took Cam out the rotation. You can't say Tibbs didn't give Cam an opportunity because he was playing 25 minutes per game for New York. Cam simply didn't show enough with the chances that he was given. And this adjustment by Tibbs coincided with the Knicks turning their season around and moving from a 500 team to a top 5 seed in the East. With Cam out the rotation, the Knicks traded him to the Blazers at the trade deadline for Josh Hart. In Portland, Cam had another opportunity to make his mark as the Blazers shut down Dame in March and were clearly tanking and giving their young players plenty of burn. He played almost 30 minutes a game for Portland, but he never really stood out. The Blazers weren't impressed, which is why they declined to extend Cam a qualifying offer and allowed him to become an unrestricted free agent. This led to the Lakers signing Cam to a cheap 2-year deal in free agency. So why has Cam underachieved with every team he's played with so far in his NBA career? And what can he do to turn his career around? Despite all the hype, Cam has some serious holes in his games on both ends of the floor. Cam has an aggressive playstyle, but he simply lacks the shot-making ability, which is why he's so inefficient. One area of Cam's game that he did thrive in last season was his finishing. This was a weakness in his game in previous years, but he shot well close to the rim last season, converting 63% within 5 feet of the basket. He's got a nice handle which allows him to get to the rim, and while he's not a vertically explosive athlete, he's developed a nice touch around the basket along with some solid footwork. The issue with Cam comes with his inability to shoot the ball. He only shot 32% from deep in Portland last year, and he shoots 32% from deep for his career. He shoots the three ball with confidence, he simply doesn't convert at a good percentage. Another issue is poor shot selection. Throughout his career, Cam has gotten a reputation as a player who thinks he's way better than he actually is and takes way too many difficult shots. Now some players, usually all-stars, are good at hitting difficult shots. Cam isn't one of those players. He would be much better off eliminating the fadeaways and tough pull-up jumpers from his game unless he has the ball in his hands at the very end of the shot clock. And it's these low percentage difficult shots that probably had Cam's coaches ripping their hair out. Another issue with Cam is his defense. There's plenty of videos on YouTube that'll show his defensive highlights, which could make you think he's a lockdown defender, but don't be fooled. Yes, his size and athleticism helps him to be a pest on defense when he wants to, but too often he loses focus when he's guarding off the ball. Here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Watch on this defensive possession how Cam picks up Maxi Kleber. Notice how he falls asleep at the wheel, which allows Kleber to get open for three. This closeout is late and he splashes it. Again, Cam is going to get caught ball watching. Here he loses focus on his man, allowing Desmond Bane to get a wide open three, and he splashes it as well. On this play, the Knicks switch this pick and roll and Cam is on JaMychal Green, but notice how he loses focus, Green cuts to the basket, it gets a dunk. It's inattentive defense like this that led to him getting benched. Way too often, he gets caught ball watching and his man relocates and gets an easy basket. Even though the defensive flashes are there, you're not a good defender if you can't stay attached to your man off the ball. I do think Cam can turn around his career on the Lakers, but that will require him to commit to improving his weaknesses and playing the game the right way. The Lakers don't need Cam to become a star. They've got more than enough shot creation between players like LeBron, AD, Austin Reeves, and D'Angelo Russell. What the Lakers do need from Cam is to become a committed defender and a knockdown shooter. Cam Reddish's size allows him to guard multiple positions, and his ridiculous length makes him a difficult player to pass over, allowing him to get steals. If he can quit his bad habit of ball watching and remain attached to his man when guarding off the ball, he could be an outstanding defender. Now Cam is saying the right things, recently stating he plans to bring that energy on defense, but every player says things like this to the media in the summer. We have to see the commitment on defense when the regular season starts. And it's not enough for Cam to be a plus defender, he's also got to be deadly off the ball. Shooting is going to be extremely important for Cam because with LeBron and AD as the superstars of the team, the role players have to be able to space the floor to keep the defense honest. So Cam has to be much better as a three-point shooter. The Lakers have done a good job of helping young players to improve their shooting. Rui Hachimura was a career 32% three-point shooter in Washington, but he shot lights out for the Lakers in the playoffs at 49% from deep. And Rui credits Lakers assistant coach Phil Handy for helping him to make this massive jump. Troy Brown Jr. also improved on the Lakers, shooting a career-high 38% from deep for the purple and gold last season. Hopefully, by working with Phil Handy this offseason, Cam can get that three-point percentage up to at least 37%. Overall, Cam has the tools, and as long as he's willing to put in the work, there's no reason he shouldn't improve, but it's going to be an uphill battle getting minutes on this Lakers team. He's certainly not starting, which means he's battling Taurean Prince and Max Christie Jr. for minutes at the wing. It's up to Cam to prove to the Lakers coaching staff in training camp that he can impact winning and that he deserves a rotation spot more than the players he'll be competing against. Will Cam become an all-star? That's not going to happen, but he can break out and become a good 3-and-D player on a Lakers team that's looking to win the championship. And if that comes into fruition, Cam will be set to cash out in next year's free agency. But what do you think of Cam Reddish? Can he turn his career around on the Lakers? Let me see your thoughts down below in the comment section. Guys, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more dope content just like it, please drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button. Cam Reddish has a chance to be a part of a Lakers team that could be very good next season. Click this video to learn why the NBA should be terrified of the Los Angeles Lakers.